Hello, everyone. I welcome you all to TechnoBiz Business Talk. This is a special session with the business leaders to talk about the various issues of the business and their vision on all aspects of the business and also technologies. Today, I'm with a special guest, Mr. Stephen Ng. He's a managing director of the Geomax innovative rubber products based in Malaysia. He is one of the dynamic and enterprising entrepreneur with innovative products by utilizing the waste rubber. He's also received a number of awards from the various organizations based in Malaysia and internationally. Today, we talk to him about his journey and what he thinks about environment, sustainability, managing the innovations, and how to run the business. You call it. We talk about all aspects of the, running the business efficiently. I'm happy to say. I'm also proud to say. He is one of my favorite entrepreneurs because he really utilizes resources efficiently and he values the brand importance of the branding, at the same time look at the environmental aspects of in the whole world and how to utilize the these waste products into the in life, in real life. He is a person with the real journey, and of course his journey is not smooth as we always think, but he has his ups and downs, and we're going to talk to him about it, all these things. That is a Stephen Ng from Malaysia. Stephen, thank you very much for accepting invitation and talk to you again about your journey through this program, TechnoBiz Business Talk.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Pram. Good to see you again. And thank you again for inviting me again for this sharing session. I remember that we did that last few years back. If I'm not mistaken, it was year 2022.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So how it's been since 2022 now up to 2025 now, almost close to 3 years, I would say. Yeah. So what changes happened? How Geomax evolved? Hey, by the way, I want to ask. I'm not quite sure. In the last session, I talked about Geomax. What is the meaning of Geomax? Yeah.
Okay. This is an interesting question. Yeah. Not many people know the story behind why I call it Geomax. So when I want to start a new company, I was struggling to come up with the names. So because I was focusing on sustainability, so I found that this book called National Geographic. So it's talk about planet. So I take the short name Geo, and I wanted to make it the Max. So I call it Geomax. And then I complete the name with Geomax rubber, and I put it innovative product. Always consistent to be innovative. And if Geomax rubber in short is GRIP, grips.
Yeah.
So it's where we hold firm on our foundation and on our belief.
Fantastic. Wow, we have a good story, yeah? The vision for it, yeah? Cool, man.
Yeah.
So how is the journey for last 3 years?
Yeah, I remember that the last time, year 2022, when I spoke to you, actually at the time, I don't even have a rubber factory. I was working with some of my customer, helping them to set up their factories, and I worked there as a consultant. So eventually, after some challenging and struggles, I managed to convince my co-founder, Mr. Andrew and Danny, to join us to Geomax and to scale the business. So at today, we have 2 factories now that we are moving towards sustainability, of course, and our focus is still on the rubber sole and some of the rubber products. But of course, the direction is always about sustainable rubber.
At that time, last time when we talked, you're more emphasis on the utilizing the gloves, yeah, nitrile gloves, yeah. So what else you're doing, other than the nitrile gloves and waste nitrile gloves, yeah.
Yeah, of course, our focus is still on the nitrile glove, where we are looking ahead not only just to recycle it, but the most important thing is how can we really use it in bring up the value of this recycled material. So we have very successful to get this eco label under CRIM for these safety shoes by using the rejected nitrile glove. So we also go into other shoes now, like leather shoes, and of course, interesting this year, we are focusing on developing these school shoes by using
mm,
this jacket nitrile glove.
And how is the response so far?
Okay, for of course, there is good response, and also
Mm,
we still receive feedbacks where we need to improve, and of course, recycle is always challenging because you get non-standard material, then you have to
yeah.
fine tune it to make it standardized.
Mm. And what challenges you talked about briefly, but what challenges you see in developing a product,
Oh, this is definitely a lot of challenges.
Mm,
It's of course it depends on first of all the directions, the positioning of where we want to go first. We want
yeah.
to be an OEM company or we want to have our own branding company. So
Mm,
that is the challenge that the directions that we looking into is either a short term or a long term.
mm,
So for us, the biggest challenge now is okay, how can we make a strong brand? Okay, brand
mm,
is not just a name, but what it can really bring the true value to consumer that see what we can really deliver.
Yeah, yeah. And by the way, how is people in the rubber industry community in Malaysia look at you now, because you are doing totally different from what they're doing, right? So in terms of developing product, okay, you're kind of black sheep in the, in the rubber industry, Malaysian rubber industry, very unique products. You're not making a traditional rubber products like, from using the raw rubber, virgin rubber and converting is totally, um, are there, you know, accepting you or supporting you in how the interaction between Malaysian rubber community? Yeah.
Yeah, of course, I think it's still very new now. So some that truly support this initiative, upcycling this injector glove into new rubber products. But of course, I think everybody have their directions. So that's why it's different. Some might accept it well, but some would not think that it is important. So, but anyway, I think most important thing is we are very clear of our company positioning and what we want to do. And we do this is not to impress uh, people, but rather than the focus on our positionings and our directions.
Yeah, fantastic. And are there anybody rubber companies in Malaysia are, taking your shoes or for their workforce to show that see, everybody talks about sustainability, everybody talks about circular, it's a big word for every conference, every meeting, you name it, you see that circular economy or sustainability, these are buzzwords, but these are really making us into the in economic sense, people like you really invest your time. I think I'm sure that you sacrifice so many sleepless nights. Okay, and yeah, and so uh, are they uh, are the Malaysian rubber industry seriously sense about the sustainability? Okay, and how do you look at it? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We got a lot of support from rubber industries. So some of the glove, glove or even the rubber factory are buying the sustainable safety shoes or shoes. So they give a very good support and also they give also a very good feedback. So
Yeah.
and of course, yeah, I think the response of sustainable rubber is moving well in Malaysia. So
Mm,
but it's of course there are still so many things we can do. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. And you talked about positioning, branding, which is very, very important. Yeah. Otherwise, it will not, we need to have recognition because this is a different path. It's not like making a tires. It's not making automotive parts. This is a different journey which requires a lot of branding, a lot of visibility, awareness. More importantly, awareness with the people. Hey, this is something eco-friendly, and and also fancy, nicely. I think you have some of them are designs are fantastic designs as well. So how do you do the branding, positioning yourself, year by year? Yeah. What are the platforms you have and how you're utilizing it?
of course, I would thanks to few of my mentors. So like one of that also Mr. Yao, our MRP president, who always inspire and also guide me. So one thing that I look for this year, especially for this year, is I call it a project beyond rubber. Okay,
Okay.
so because I always believe that rubber by itself is a commodities,
Yeah.
and commodities, is you don't have the price, right? It determined by people, the price is determined by people. But we should look into beyond rubber, which is the intangible asset. That's where the positionings, the brandings come into place. So that's
Mm,
why this is the focus that I'm looking into. That for the company to move, we need to have a very clear directions and a clear
mm,
positioning. Because as I been in the rubber industry for almost now 20 over years, close to 30 years. So we always have challenges, all right? And like for example, recently Donald Trump's tariff war. So it's also a part of the noise that and but if we have a clear positionings and direction, this is just part of noise and challenges.
mm,
Our direction and our positioning is still remain the same.
mm, mm. So how is in terms of economic market for you now? Are you selling among the how you are marketing your products now? In terms of the reaching. See, at the end of the day, it is the end user is a people to use it, right? Yeah, and how it is reaching to the people.
Okay. I think my sales team did a good job. First of all, we are very clear on our target customer. So at the for safety shoe, we go direct to B2B segment. And
Mm,
for school shoes, we haven't launched into the market yet. We are still doing surveys. And of course, I always believe that partnership is very important. We cannot do everything all by ourselves. We need good partners that share with the same you know direction and ideas with us. So we will let them handles and how to go to the market.
mm, mm. So is the government is giving good support as well? Any financial support, to grow your business?
Definitely yes. I last time I always think that the government do not do much to support the SME industry, but I think I was wrong. The thing is, as SME itself, we should do our part first.
Mm,
We really show that we have the clear products and clear like for example technology and innovation. Then only the government can help us to grow very easily. Because if we're not doing changes, we are not doing any innovations, and how can the government help all industry, right?
yeah.
They cannot cater one program to suit everyone, right?
Mm,
So I think yeah, government in Malaysia, yeah, they really put a lot of efforts, especially helping SME to promote their products, to grow their company. Yeah, they definitely is.
So can you elaborate on what kind of programs the government is doing for you?
Okay. First of all, for example, we got a very good support now, even from this Malaysia Rubber Council (MRC). Right. That they really put helping us, okay, to promote our products. And I remember one of the key person, for example, Dr. Aina. She insists and assists us to go into these government grants. So
Mm,
under creative funds, with the support, we managed to get some funding from this channel. And beside that, we also go into others government agency. For example, there's another government agency called Yayasan Inovasi, which we spoke with them about these sustainable school shoes. And they
mm,
like the ideas, and they give us a small funding for us to start the R&D.
mm,
So beside money terms, there are also government agency that support us in terms of advice. So recently, there is also latest one is this government agency by MTDC. Okay, so they verify our products and they certify our product as a green technology, and they give us
mm,
a certification under my STI. So
mm,
not only that they give us these certifications, they also bring us along to the government agency to promote them to use our products.
mm, mm, mm. So you do have financial grants, some support is there to build and improve the product, and also helping you the marketing with the certification as well. I think that is wonderful. Yeah. So you rightly mentioned that that SME should do more to take the advantage of the government programs rather than sitting on the other side of the table and telling that this is not available, that is not available. I think that's both, you can make a noise with both hands, not just one hand, right?
Yes, yes.
So yeah, so yeah. How is the market in terms of the, if you is it okay if I ask you how are your sales growth looks like for last 3 years? Or annual
Okay.
income or revenue would say, yeah, because see, at the end of the day, the people judge the performance of the company by the economics, yeah, how much money you make, okay, because it is worthwhile or not. So how is the financial growth, yeah, of the Geomax?
Yeah. In the year 2022, our sales is actually 1 year less than 200,000 because we don't
Ringgit,
have a
ringgit,
yeah,
ringgit.
ringgits, and
Yeah.
we are leveraging resources from other factories. So once we started our factories and the support of our customers, and today our revenue close to 2 million plus
Very good.
annually, of course. And for this year, we are hopefully we can increase up to 3 million ringgit
Mm,
Malaysia. Yeah.
mm. Wow. Wow, congratulations, man. It's good growth. Of course, the growth is a lot of hard work behind it, a lot of sacrifice in behind as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's still a very small amount if you look, but we are happy with the progress, and
Yeah.
we look into scaling up our revenue with the new more product coming in to go to the market.
Mm-hmm. So, did you test your products in overseas market?
Okay, not yet. Of course, we also this is one of our goals is to going to from local to the global market, but
Mm,
we need to be be realistic with ourselves. As a small company with limited capacity, this is not possible now to capture the global market. But we believe we are taking every step to prepare ourselves to go to this global market.
mm.
So once our products are more validated and tested locally, then our next step maybe in the year 2026, we will go to the global market.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I'm sure you will be successful. This is a wonderful product. And yeah. And do you have studied any, have you studied in about the similar products from other parts of the world? In this, with using you are not the only one working on the recycling gloves, or waste gloves, or other
Yeah.
waste rubber. So what are your opinion about these similar products from other parts of the world? Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone is looking into sustainable material now. So and we cannot stop everyone, but in fact, we should encourage everyone to look into sustainable material innovations. And I have received also a lot of news from others, our friend countries that are doing or taking action now to using recycled materials to either make into shoes or other products. Yeah, but I think this is a very good initiative, and because we are not competing with them, right? We are rather competing with ourselves and how to keep innovated and innovations and keep moving our company rather than we look at what they do and we try to copy them. We should be our as a leader by ourselves and go to the market and position as our own.
Yeah, I think maybe we should have more networking of similar like-minded people in a similar line of business, probably an association or in a groups, for forming that. Then you can really publicize, this kind of eco products, yeah, in by recycling, by utilizing the waste materials. Yeah, we don't call anymore waste is a resource. Yeah, it's another raw material, to produce
Yes.
product. Yeah. So okay, let's talk about Malaysia. Okay, man. So how is Malaysia now in terms of
Yeah.
economics? In terms of economic growth. Yeah, yeah. How is Malaysia? It's a very strange question. How is Malaysia now? Okay, but it's
Uh,
more to do with it's how is economy of the country. Uh, What's happening now?
Uh,
Yeah.
uh, I cannot answer you this question, right, because I'm not an expert in economics. But as a small SME company, so we will do our best to create a good products, to go to the markets, and bring up the economy. So I think there are things that we cannot control, and there are things that we can control. So we rather focus on the things that we can control. So scale our companies, our revenue, and provide more jobs. I think that should be our focus, because I really cannot comment on our Malaysia economics.
Okay. I think the message is that you should focus on what you can control. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of things, whether it's US tariffs or that is beyond our control. So let's build a more a good product, work on the product design, work on the product development, how to market the product. I think that is the way, forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I always looking to look more at the positive side rather than the negative. For instance,
Mm,
the tariff war, yeah, it might impact us, in terms of number of sales or the demands. But if I look at it, there's also opportunities. For instance, in those days, it's very difficult for me to talk to the China factory,
mm,
But today they are open up because they
mm,
lost a big market in US. So now they are
mm,
looking for a new market. So that's
mm.
where we have new partnership coming in, more opportunities. That's why I think all the rubber industry, not only rubber industry, but all the rubber industry, I mean the industry should look at the opportunity,
Yeah.
rather than the headaches,
Mm. Okay, I want to go back again with your production process. See, for you, the raw material is the waste gloves, is rubber, right? So how you're managing sourcing that now? Because now in the 2 3 years ago, you don't have a factory. Now you have two factories, okay, and you had to run it in a utilizing the facility in a full capacity, okay, and so how you're managing our so-called, I don't want to use a waste anymore. It's called your raw material. Yeah.
So that's why I always believe in a good partnership.
Mm,
Business, we need to have a win-win situation for everyone. So we have partners with the glove factories, where we have a collection with them, in the way that they will have saving, instead of dispose this material to the landfill. Now they have a saving, and also they will have a goodwill, right? Because
mm,
they can now show that, hey, our company is also doing this ESG. We do not dispose the material, and when this material come to us, is a raw material that we can use and to produce our products. So in a way that a win-win situation for everyone.
yeah. So it's a building. You have built a good partnership. So value for both. Yeah. Value for both. Yeah. So.
Yes,
Mm,
yes.
yeah. Are you getting into the other waste rubbers like tires or any other areas utilizing the waste rubbers?
Okay, actually for tires, I have a friend of mine who has been in the tires recycling for more than I think 30 years. So
Mm,
he's into that, and I truly support him. In fact, I also some of my products are using the recycled tires to make.
mm,
So that's why I say partnership and with a win-win situation is better rather than
mm,
I go into glove, I go into tires, I go into so many materials, but I cannot
mm.
focus.
But you also make the, I think floor mats, right? You start building the floor mats also, right?
Yeah.
By using,
So
yeah, not
it's
only
just
just the footwear, but I think it's, yeah, go on.
correct. So, but it's why I just do R&D. I want to see how far this material can go. So
Mm,
we use it not only on footwear, we also go into floor tile. And
mm,
one of the designer came to us, and he used the material to make into bags.
okay,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah,
Mm,
we have tried to explore more possibilities of using recycled material, not just in footwear, but if
mm,
any application is can be applied, then that would
mm,
be great.
mm. But if somebody want to reach to you, wanted to buy from you directly, do you have kind of showroom or e-commerce site or what for the Geomax or Grit,
Yeah.
with branded names? Yeah. Are you
So,
you have the already on the e-commerce platform?
okay, we don't really focus much on e-commerce now. We have a small showroom at our factory, so you're
Okay.
welcome to visit us anytime for getting more clear or ideas you have, or even if you have different materials that you want to look into possibility of recycling. For instance, recently we received actually a lot of different type of materials, not only in rubber. That's why I say
Okay.
this project is beyond rubber. So we have
Mm,
sawdust, we have fabrics, even we have PVC from hospital waste also come to us, and they want to look for a better solution. How can
mm,
this make it material to give them a second life?
mm. Yeah, yeah. Also, in the future, you will see beyond rubber. I think the word beyond rubber it reflects that way. Okay, you are going into other materials, waste materials, yeah, other than the rubber
Yes.
as well. Yeah. Let's talk about the how to, you probably, I'm not sure if the innovation concept is in your blood, right? Uh, you keep involving, keep evolving, keep experimenting yourself. See, nowadays, any business, it's very important to inculcate the innovative, R&D
Yeah.
culture. Not just producing similar products day in and day out. What do you suggest to this, for the entrepreneurs or SMEs in the rubber industry? How to themselves, yeah, focus on innovations. Every product it can be innovation, but doesn't mean you make a new product. It's always make a better product, right?
Yeah.
And what the market requirement as a cost effective. Of course, aesthetics are important. Okay, so in the rubber industry, you have different types of products we need, whether it's automotive sector or construction or industrial products, or even health and healthcare, and so footwear, all kinds of things. So how to inculcate innovation attitude, into the um, top level. I think that's one of where they really had to get into their head that we had to go into innovation. You had to go into the spending money by putting the efforts into the developing a new products. Otherwise, we keep complaining or keep talking about the things you cannot control. Somewhere you say some country provide you cheaper products or low cost products, and I think that's no point in crying about it, okay? Because everybody evolved themselves, right? It's a global market. So, uh, in your experience, what you see, in Malaysia with other entrepreneurs, if you want them to look into the, hey, man, now start looking to the, you know, more innovative, being an innovative organization or innovative products from, so how to inculcate that culture? What are your
Yeah.
suggestions?
So I always remember one time actually I almost gave up to innovate recycling nitrile glove, because at the time I don't have the fundings. Okay, I don't even have recycling facilities. I don't even know how to make the glove. So, and the feedback from the shareholder was, it's not possible to recycle glove because you are nobody. And when I was give up, I remember I met up with my mentor. His name is Paul, and he shared me this quote that changed my mindset. So he said that, Stephen, start at where you are, do what you can with what you have. Okay, sometimes we think only at the perfect moments this thing can start, but actually we just need to have a clear mindset, believe in ourselves, and start small, all right, fail forwards and keep trying. In fact, I have developed a simple formula for innovation to be successful. So I call it the 3P formula. So the first P is all about profit. Innovation should bring profit by lowering down the cost. Okay, innovation, if we create an innovation product but the cost is getting high, it's going to be very difficult to sell.
True.
But
Yeah.
innovation should bring down the cost of the product. In a way, the process, the P. Innovation can also help to reduce the process, simplify the process where maybe it reduce the cost also. Okay, and innovation also to look into performance. If we innovated a product but it did not improve the performance, and it's going to be very difficult. Of course, the bonus P is a 3P, but now I have one more P is people. People innovations. Okay. Sometimes we always, as I say, we always too much focus on the tangible things, the products, but they are also intangible things, the people assets.
Yeah.
Their minds. Build them up, give them a trainings, and a culture of innovation. I think this is a way forward for all SME. And I always believe, like for example, all the big company, they are also once a small company, but
Yeah.
because they have a good positioning, they have a good innovations, and I think that is the only way they grow. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I hope I give you the right answer. How
Yes.
innovation should be.
Yeah. So three P's: profit,
Profit,
process,
process,
and performance.
yes.
Okay, both the tangible and intangible way of dealing with it, and all these aspects of it. Well said, man. Well said. Yeah. So let's talk about other aspects of how you train your people, because you are self-driven, right? Self-motivated. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And you want to make a new product, but you can't do alone by yourself, right? You have to have the same energy, same inspiration, self-driven. How do you do that? So see, I'm sure that Geomax, everybody at Geomax, they should be proud of it. Yeah, man, we make a product that is people accept it. It's an eco product and very different from other market players. So train and same energy, bring them the same energy level in your team? Yeah.
I think one thing I always believe is not just about training people, but to get the right people first.
Yeah.
Because if people they have a bad attitude, it's very difficult to change. So I
Yeah.
rather believe that get in the right people, then show them the direction of what the company is about, and if
Yeah.
they believe, and it's very easy for us to go along. And in fact, I just recently hired a new staff. So when I told her that her job is not admin work or what, but it's entrepreneurship, right? So as entrepreneurship, you need to think differently, right? You are not focusing on job, you're focusing on building a career.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to express and go beyond what you know and keep learning. Yep, I think this is the right way to build up our people.
Hmm. Hmm. And they rightly said, but it's also getting a correct people is a challenge as well, right? Who is the right person, who has a good attitude. I think finding the people with a good attitude, good skills, or is another pain in the neck, I guess. Yeah.
Definitely, it's not easy to get the right people, and now that's the reason why. Okay, I put a remark there already that my children will not come into my company
Ah. Okay.
because okay, not that because they are have bad attitude or what, but because I believe that I don't want to lock their future. Okay, I want them to expose what they love to do. Maybe the this rubber industry are not suitable for them. It's not what they're passionate of. Okay, maybe they like to be an artist or be a doctor or be whatever they want. Let them be. So rather than I say that no, this is business is for you. You need to come here and work for me and take over the business. I think that is a bad idea. No, it will be more than cursing rather than a blessing.
You're forcing them, otherwise, yes, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, Stephen, it's fantastic. Finally, I'd like to ask you, what is your vision for the next 5 years? Do you have like a oh uh, there's one thing I want before you go to vision. Let me ask you about how do you evaluate yourself, in terms of your performance or progress of developing a product. Yeah, when to
Yeah.
stop. Sometimes something works, sometimes does not work. Okay, so what is your self-evaluation process looks like?
Okay. Yeah, this is a good question. Actually, what I did was I have a weekly review on myself, which I
Mm,
did on mostly on the weekends. Then I
mm,
also have a 100 days review, which I just
mm.
did on the last 11th of April.
Okay.
So there I will review how have I achieved not only on my business but also on term of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I will review another again the next 200 days. Then before year 2026, 100 days before year of 2026, I will do a review and also where I'm going for the for next year. But this is a short-term review. And of course, I also have a long-term, like 5 years review, where because we need to start with the end of begin with the end of mind. We
Yeah.
want to know where we are. Are we getting there, or are we not getting there? So this
Mm.
is one thing that I do. So yeah, so far is help me to know tracks, and also help me to make decision, better decision.
Yeah. It's very nice to know about weekly self-evaluation. 100 days self-evaluation. Of course, you have to have a long-term plan because you're an entrepreneur. Yeah, you got to have 5 years, 10 years, how you want to see forward. The Geomax, innovative rubber products. Finally, I do like to ask you that what is your message to the rubber industry leaders, fellow rubber industry? Yeah.
Okay, I think let us be like rubber. Okay, we are flexibility, and we are stretchable, handling all the stress, and we are very durability. So stay sustainable, and stay healthy.
Yeah, stay sustainable, stay healthy. Fantastic, fantastic, Steven. Thank you very much. Thank you very much
Yeah,
for joining this session today. Yeah, so
yeah.
it's a good learning, and thank you for sharing all the insights about your journey. And I'm sure that all audience will be benefited from this conversation together. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sure. I hope to catch you, in person.
Yeah,
So yeah, keep in contact. Thank you so much for inviting.
sure, sure. Thanks, Steven. Thank you. Guys, so that's a session with Stephen Ng, the managing director of the Geomax Innovative Rubber Products. I'm sure you find this conversation inspiring. Through his journey is really interesting, and an inspiration to fellow entrepreneurs who would like to make innovative products and how to stay in the business. And I think his final message is really nice: stay sustainable, stay healthy. Yeah, with in the rubber industry. Yeah, so thank you all for joining this session, and I see you in the next episode of the TechnoBiz Business Talk. Thanks again, Steven. Let's catch up again
Bye.
soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.